Alrighty everyone, welcome back. Happy Memorial Day everybody, and I hope you're all having an amazing day so far. And given that there's a lot of things to look forward to when it comes to Star Wars, specifically by John, Dave, Tony Gilroy, and even Timothy Zahn, along with George Lucas coming apart as this new dream team that's going to turn Star Wars around for the better, we also have a lot of concerning projects like the Acolyte, Skeleton Crew, and one of the most controversial ones being, of course, the REY movie, also known as the New Jedi Order movie, by no other than Stephen Knight. Alright, we have Daisy Ridley a part of this film, we have John Boyega reportedly coming back, and a lot of other things coming along with this film. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new, and like this video to see future Star Wars updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support, and without wasting too much of your time, let's get right into the subject. So what's really interesting about this overall roadmap of Star Wars is that you have a lot of projects that fans are going to love, but you also have projects that fans are going to come to despise. And what I've come to realize is that this New Jedi Order centered movie featuring Daisy Ridley has been getting a lot of flack because it's focusing on REY. Even though she is going to be a supporting character only, still a lot of fans are having an issue with that. Now, recently Daisy Ridley was able to talk more about this REY-centered film. She was able to really kind of promote the movie, talk more about Stephen Knight, but what's ultimately worrisome is exactly what she had to say about this film, and it's not necessarily good news. So let's tap into all of this and exactly what's going on with Daisy Ridley and what she had to say about the REY-centered Star Wars movie. Alright? Now, with actress Daisy Ridley recently getting involved in many interviews about her upcoming Star Wars film, she went on to state some concerning aspects about this movie. She delivered the following to the entire community. Well, we have been having an ongoing issue on deciding how do we end this movie, and our idea was to make this a one-part story, at least on our end. We lost some of the cast members and one of our leads in the process of getting the project together, so now it's kind of like, how do we find the right fit to fill in those roles, and how long is that going to take? So I don't think I can really give an accurate release date for anybody just yet. We were aiming for 2025, but I just don't know right now. I know Steven is having some trouble getting the ending together, and parts of the script are already planned for rewrites, so whether or not we get to begin filming by 2024 is a big mystery right now, as we had originally planned. Now, let me just stop here quick about what Daisy is saying. So, I don't know if you guys have been filled in or not, but the REY movie, or what I like to call it as the New Jedi Order film, is basically a movie that takes place 15 years after Episode 9. So, there you have it in case you did not know that. But what's interesting all the more about this is how she is admitting what happened behind closed doors. One of the leads quit this movie, and other cast members dropped out of the New Jedi Order movie. And what's really worrisome about this is that they are going through a phase where they are already pre-planning rewrites for the script, and Stephen Knight can't even do that just yet because of the writer's strike. So there's a lot of things going on right now between Stephen Knight, the writer's strike, cast members dropping out, Daisy Ridley also causing a lot of drama because she herself wants a higher payout in comparison to what she was paid for The Rise of Skywalker. I don't know if you guys knew this, but she's not being paid anywhere near as much to what she was paid for Episode 9, and she is pushing for Disney to cave and to give in to those demands, essentially. Now, it doesn't end there, because we know that the REY movie is a movie that I believe has a very high chance of either A, getting canceled altogether, or B, getting delayed a whole year and a half later, easily, without question. So, this is where things begin to blossom even more, alright? So she goes on to state, to me, this has been the biggest struggle I have dealt with in Star Wars production-wise, even more so than the stressful Episode 9. Getting this story together is a real challenge, not just for Steven, but for others involved in it too. Now, separate from what Daisy stated behind the scenes, There are also tensions rising at Disney as they now want to move the Rey movie and focus on Dave Filoni's film first, in fear of backlash coming with the first Star Wars movie since 2019, which would destroy any momentum for further films. And you know what? I fully support that. I think that Dave Filoni's movie needs to come out first, and putting the Rey movie out first is a big mistake, because if you do that, you're facing potential backlash similar to The Last Jedi, and if you get that, the momentum is going to be very cloudy. It's not going to be there. And once Dave Filoni's movie comes out, basically the tainted Rey film is going to come along with that. And you could very well have another soloist Star Wars story situation where people are just not going to go out to the theater and see his film. So, look, I will admit, if the Dave Filoni movie is going to be that great, people probably would end up seeing it regardless of what happens with the Rey film, but at the end of the day, alright, we know that they have to make it a good movie. So, this Daisy Ridley situation right now is not making the situation better. The fact that she's demanding a higher payout is really dragging the pre-production phase of this post-Episode 9 movie that's going to focus on basically Rey forming the new Jedi Order. We already know that John and Dave are creating a post-Episode 9 series, by the way, that is going to feature a reinvented version of Rey, where the new Jedi Order is fully established. So that's one thing that they are working on, and it's going to serve as a sequel or taking place after this new Jedi Order movie, so to speak. Moving on. Now, executives are now going all in on that proposal by Bob Iger to debut Dave Filoni's film first by 2026, and has even suggested ditching the Rey movie altogether. Daisy has also been demanding a higher payout, which has also been rising drama between Daisy and the executives. Now look, I don't know about you guys, but as much as I do not like everything related to the Rey film, or I'm very skeptical about it, it would really make Disney look horrible if they drop another movie title once again after announcing it on stage. Because look, at the end of the day, this will be like the umpteenth time that Disney has announced the movie and canceled the movie. And by the way, somebody like Kathleen Kennedy hates the word canceled. She herself got very passive-aggressive in a recent interview at Celebration, where she says, we don't really use that word cancel. We like to use the word back burner, or, being put on hold. Nothing is ever canceled, she says. Basically, in her mind, the story is never canceled. It just gets handed down to another creator, and they reinvent it. Basically, that's what happens, and that's ultimately what happens in Kathleen Kennedy's eyes. So, this new movie, so to speak, it's going through a lot of trouble. Daisy Ridley admitted to all of this, and she's putting it out there that there are a lot of issues happening behind closed doors. And so, I think that there's growing tension between the creators, the talent, and even the executives on this film. So, overall, guys, fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again, no hiding. From night to moon, we hear them moans again, no